Hello and welcome to another edition of The Unconventional Grower on plot 14 somewhere in the big wide world. Today's video we're just going to do a quick harvest. Let's get to it. So I'm just in the top box house and we're going to just be harvesting one or two of the cucumbers that's remaining on the vine. This has been quite a heavy producer, has this vine. I think we've had about 10 or so off it so far, which has been a good return. Trying to get this big one round here, and then we've got the smaller one. So I'm going to just harvest the bigger one, and then I've already started saving the seeds out of some of the previous collection. Right, as we try not to get crushed, I'm now just harvesting the Cape Gooseberry. Apologies there as I'm my finger over the camera, and there we go, that's what they look like. And then I've got the bag there, I'll just keep one. So this may not be as ripe as I'd like it to be, but there again. A little taste test, that's really sweet, really flavoursome in there as I get tangled on the artichoke. Right, so that's that. I've just harvested off camera a few of the carrots as well, so I'll put these in the bag and we'll get some tomatoes harvested. So again, in the opposite box house, just coming around this side here, you can see a good helping of tomatoes there, which I'm just going to quickly harvest. Well, these are in the volunteers. These are the volunteers from last year, so we've not actually planted these, and we've had, that one's a bit too soft, we've had a fantastic harvest from this. So again, we're going to just try and do the same. You see there, some of the tomatoes have fallen off. They're quite soft. It's like those little clumps of seeds just there that will just go into the compost, lie dormant, and then before you know it, next year you've got harvested tomatoes plants ready for your delight. Right, I've actually got enough to be going on with there, so that's really what I wanted to get up today. We've got a courgette harvested off camera. Look at the squash behind there, just doing really nicely. Courgette's now just coming through on this slower plant. I don't really want to overwater these, but that's doing all right in there. Excellent progress. Look at this, look at this. We've still got asparagus kicking out. That's asparagus kicking out that I've not picked up. And there's one, look there. In fact, we'll try and get round it and just to harvest that one. There's a couple of broads actually there I've just noticed that we've not harvested. That's really nice. The sunflowers have been absolutely spectacular this time. Again, all volunteers. This is the big one by the new box house, and that's just absolutely spectacular. And we've had such a fantastic season weather-wise. Probably too good actually in places. This is another one. Look at the colour on that, pale yellow, in and amongst the others. This one's gone to seed. This were a pale yellow, so I'm going to hopefully see some of those drop into the ground. Some peas here, I've forgotten all about these, look. A couple there, put them in the pocket. Very nice. Chard. I don't know why I grow chard, because I'm not that... I can take it or leave it. Some days I'll devour it, and then others I'll just not touch it. Just harvesting a few peas that I'm coming across. There's one here, look, just under there, that's ready. This was a later, much later variety, or much later, not variety, but crop that I put in. I'm trying to get another sowing of peas and see what happens. I'm just swung round the other side. There must be a couple of plants there just coming off the same thing. It's not off the same trunk, obviously. It's a different plant, but I've really enjoyed these. This pale yellow. And then over behind me, we've got some more, a bit more bleached. Are these ones. And then down the bottom has been a really fiery colour. Try not to trip up over the failsafe. Autumnal raspberries coming on. We've got windfall there on the floor, which I'll just retrieve. Need to get some of that kale harvested as well. Meanwhile, back to this one down the bottom here. This one here that's just dying back, that's the one that's been really almost red at times. But yeah, look at the autumnal raspberries. Just ready for harvest. Talking about fruits, up in the fruit cage, as you can see. I'll just pause it here a second. This is that's the asparagus. So it's growing again. Look there, look, plums on the floor. Just casting the camera up. We'll twizzle around there in a second. I'll finish showing you what I'm showing here. Few grapes. Never really been a producer of grapes, but we'll see what happens with those. Cauliflowers have done pretty much naff all, which we almost expected. Another apple tree over here. It's got a few windfalls. Getting caught up on the one or two little blemishes there we can cut round. But these are almost ready to harvest. And over at the back we've got the blackberries. Quite abundant. Another apple off this tree. So the blackberries doing really well down this side. That's going to be a mission, picking these, harvesting these. Oh, I've got some more apples. Look at these under here. It was falling off recently with the heavy rains that we've just had. You can tell these are, then this one isn't actually. You can tell these are pretty fresh because they don't feel like dry asparagus. Let's have a look here. I'll take you back round to the food forest in a second, but look at the landcress. It's really peppery. Doing a bit of a lap now, aren't we? That kale hasn't been as successful as I'd liked, if I'm honest. But look at the plums. Try and get it through the gap. Look at them. Look at them. I can't get to them. It's down there, but there's one or two, as you can see. Blueberries on. And then, tell you what, let's try and get into the cage. It's just, not so long ago I had an absolute downpour, so... Oh, look at this, the big apple's fallen. The big apple's fallen. It looks bruised as well. That's a cooker, but the big apple has fallen. The title, the big apple has fallen. I'll put this across with the harvest pile. I don't want to forget that. I've been monitoring that the past couple of weeks. Look at the size in comparison. And there's the plums rolling away. That's a monster. That's the monster. That apple has fallen. It might be the next title series of the films. The big apple has fallen into the food forest. Look at that. I am reluctant to get through, as I will be drenched. Nevertheless, look at this. Look at that. It's a bit. Just rub that off. Give that a sample. One or two that's just going mouldy. That's alright. That is alright. That is very juicy. Very flavoursome. Whew. Wow, I am really tempted to get through here now. See what these are like. Absolutely soaked. Get out. Right, so flavour test between one and the other. So this is the other variety. Oh wow. I definitely prefer that this one. Definitely prefer this tree. A lot sweeter. Less bitterness on the flesh. The figs. I've harvested a fig from the tree back home. I'll have to get a, in fact, insert picture here for the fig. Tomatoes will not, we've not even started harvesting these yet, so we need to get on with that. Back down here. So, cabbages. 1, 2, one over yonder, 3, 4. There's a little one there, 5. A little one there, 6, 7. We've got a big red. We've got another big red. I don't think that one will do. There's another big red. That's 3 at least. There's 4, one there. 4 big reds. Now these were cauliflowers and done absolutely sod all. So not going to have a cauliflower. I'm not grow them this next time. These ones have not. There's a little one there coming through. By and large, not worth growing cauliflowers. Kale. I've been disappointed with this kale. More the fact that I haven't harvested it than anything else. Let's have a look at you. Oh, it's a nice little blood orange sunflower that's been growing from out of the box house, the hoop house. So yeah, that's that. This is the chard horseradish. More the chard, the white chard, red chard. Right, so nasturtiums still coming. There's a new flower there that's just thinking about the job. But the parsnips there, we're going to leave them in a little bit longer. And then the cabbages down in this bed don't seem to be doing much at all, that particular variety. However, these, we've got some small heads on them, so we need to be careful about them ones because they're not going to do well through the colder months. We need to get into these. And the artichokes, we'll have a look at them in the due course. Peas, I haven't really. I've harvested them, not taken the plants out. Might odd one or two that's still on. The carpet, absolute carpet now, strawberries. Oh yeah, we do need to get into this this bed, so I'll pause the video at this moment. Oh, just before I do so, a little update on the avocado. There he is, with some nasturtiums going in. But right, so I'm going to eat these plums, and then I'm going to get into this and see what the state of play is in the new box house. Right, so I've just opened the lower box house to reveal more of the cucumbers. The flat Stanley cucumber has grown through the gap. It's not been squashed because otherwise it'd have split the skin. The other variety of cucumber there, it's got really, boy, see the spikiness. Now here's the main event, the melon. Two, in fact. That looks more like an egg. Now this intrigues me because this looks, oh, it's come off. Just as I dislodged the pole and bonked me on my head. Never mind. That's what the fail-safe's there for. I'm just righting the situation. But here it is, the melon. That smells melon. And given that it's come off freely, not had to do anything with that, and it's quite soft. I'll tell you what, that does smell ripe. That could be the first ever melon grown on the pot. Well, actually the second one, but the first one was a bit rotten. Right, we'll shut that up before it does any more damage. And I'm not too happy with the fact that that's grinding on that. But what can you do? What can you do? But this is the main event. That is the main event. So, with that being said, we might have to go and just do a bit of a harvest of the plums over there. So I'll do that, and we'll be getting home. Right, so I've successfully managed to get into the food forest. Well, I'm just going to harvest a couple of these plums and get them into this this bag where we've got the Cape gooseberries in. I've retrieved a couple of the plums that were on the floor over yonder. Some over there that I can't. I'm going to tow to get that one, but I'm not going to tow to these. These from lower down the branch, so they feel a bit firmer. So I'm going to see about getting the ones up. Now I'm rubbing against this rosemary and it smells absolutely gorgeous. So it's the other side I want to get to. But I'm going to... Plums, glorious plums. I'll come back for a shot on that because that's a good little oh, the leaves just dripping everywhere. Oh, right in my ear. Right in my ear. And that's too firm, is that one? No, that's soft as a as soft as I don't know what that, and it's going to be a bit mouldy. I'll put it in the bag and see what we can make of it. Right, we'll pause at this moment and to get ourselves pulled together a little bit. And right, I'll see you in a second. Right, so we've got a harvest. I'll put up a photo once I've got the produce processed, washed and whatnot. So that's it for today. We'll be up again hopefully at the weekend to get some of these harvested, because they're looking, as I say, just right. Absolutely spot on. Look at that. And hopefully that apple's there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Join us again soon. So we've now cut into the melon. Obviously we'll be saving the seeds, and the kid grower's going to give us a taste.
Absolutely sublime.